everyone, welcome back to our math class. In this video, we are going to introduce a new type of function, which is called logarithm. So before we start the introduction part, let's check several questions to understand why we actually want to use logarithm. Let's check the question 1. So in the past, we talked about solving exponential equation, and we talk about how do we use common base to solve the exponential equation. So as we mentioned before, what we want to do is we can just convert the two sides with the same base, then we can solve it, right? So the one thing you probably remember, we want to change the two sides with the same base. But if you check this equation here, you will notice this one, 8, I can use maybe 2 to write it as 2 to the third, but 27, if I use different number, I can use 3 to the third, but no matter what we try, there's just no way we can change both sides of the equation to be the same base. Then how do we solve this accent? So that's why log is coming out. So next question. And this one has a scenario. Sammy invested $5,000 and the yearly interest we know is 4.99%. His goal is to reach $10,000. So we are going to figure out how many years Sammy will reach this goal. So remember, whenever we talk about this scenario, we can use exponential growth to model this situation, and you will know that. So we just set up equation as 5,000 times 1 plus 0.0499 to, we need to figure out how many years, so that's why it's to the t power, but when the final goal is to reach 10,000, right? So this scenario is this, but in the past, we know we can figure out the initial value for the investment. We can also figure out how much money we're going to get after certain years. But how do we find out how many years Sammy will reach this goal and what kind of tool we are going to use? So it's also, we are going to use log. So that's why logarithm can really help us to figure out all these scenarios. So that's why this function is important for us to know, because they can help us to solve a lot of situations. So let's quickly check what is logarithm. So logarithm, as you can see, it helps us to find scenario like this. So it actually helps us to find the value of exponent. So we see, that's what we say. Logarithm is looking for exponents. So what does that mean? For example, when we ask you 2 to what power is 8, then we know the answer is 3. Then in general, how do I rewrite it in the logarithmic form? This is how we write it. First of all, we are going to use log, log, to represent this type of function. And we put a base. Here is a base. And here is exponent. Here is the answer, right? So this is how we put it. We put a base here, and then we put 8. This is answer. So this one is asking us 2 to what power is 8? And the answer is 3. So it is equal 3. So this is how we set up logarithm. Let's see another example. For example, 4 to second power is 16. So when we write in the log, this is how we write it. Log, again, log, and then we put a base as 4, and then the answer in the bigger part here. Then this question asking us 4 to what power is 16? The answer is 2. So that's how we write the exponential form in logarithmic form. See, this is how do we do this. Of course, in different scenario, we are going to use calculator to get the answer, because it's not always easy to just use mental math to get the answer. But that's something, some lessons we're going to introduce in the future. But this is basic introduction for the log. Next, we are going to practice several questions so you have better understanding regarding how do we use log. Let's check this one. Remember, log is always looking for exponent. So every single time when we do this, we just need to figure out what the question is asking about exponent. So we are going to convert this question to the easier way to let us understand. So this one is asking us 3 to what power is 1? So we know any non-zero number to the 0 power is 1, so the answer is 1. Make sense now? So it's actually, you just need to think from the exponential form, that perspective, and that will help you to understand this. So let's Think about this again. 2 to what power is 1 over 32? We practiced a lot of times in the past, right? And we know whenever you're talking about 1 over, so we know it's negative, then 2 to what power is 32 is 5. So that's why the whole answer is negative 5. Not that bad, right? So next one, 4 to what power is 2? Sometimes when you deal with the situation from bigger number to small number, my way is all to think, what's the connection between 2 and 4? We know 2 to second power is 4, so reversely, 4 to the half power is 2, meaning the square root of 4, which is 2. So 4 to what power is 2? 4 to half power is 2. So that's why this answer is half power. See, this is just practice to let us know how do we deal with this situation. Let's practice the last one, and we are done for this lesson. So this one is asking us log to 8, this value times log 5, 1 over 25. So to understand this one, we just need to figure out each answer, and then we just need to multiply these two answers. So this one says log to 8, meaning 2, let's write down the sign notes, 2 to what power is 8, which is 3, because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So this is 3. And the second part, this is asking us 5 to what power is 1 over 25. As we mentioned before, whenever we see 1 over is going to be negative, and 5 square is 25, so meaning negative 2. So I know this answer is negative 2. Now we just need to multiply these two together, so it is negative 6. So this is just practice to let us know how do we use log and how do we understand log. Of course, more lessons will be introduced to help you understand, have a better picture regarding logarithm, but this is just an introduction part. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon, everyone. Take care.